better than nothing. What's going on, everybody? Maybe I should do that before I hop on. Let's see. Cam cover. And then here's Elgato. I'll be able to edit some stuff. Let's see what's going on here. A little earlier today. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't think I did. I think I spammed enough that I went live. Um, yeah. So I got a quote that I'm gonna crop from Jason Schreier. I'm gonna put that on Twitter first, and then I'm gonna put it on Discord, and I'm gonna read it off in just 2 minutes. I am messing around with the Share Factory. We do got some good stuff on here. I can't lie about that. I just think that they need to fix that problem about the transfer. Yeah, they gotta fix the transfer of when you wanna transfer. Look at that shit right here. Like there's some good shit here. There's some good shit. Like on some real hardcore shit, there is some really good shit. Not bad at all. Like the transitions are high quality. They're actually more dynamic than they ever were. Hmm, not bad. Um, okay. I'm gonna go put this up on Discord. So we'll put this in. We're gonna put it in gaming news because it is news, and we're also gonna put it in a chat room so everybody can track it down if you're a part of the Discord. But let me read this off for you. This is coming from Jason Schreier 17 hours ago. So this is after uh, the Days Gone dude went to David Jaffe's live stream. He says one of the most unpleasant things about covering gaming is the way that gamers will jump through hoops to deny news they dislike. Right. So he's already admitting that he personally likes to give out news that people dislike. So if you're giving people news that you know they dislike, of course they're gonna dislike it. Now we'll continue. That's just the first little part right there. And then he says, from No Man's Sky delays to the work conditions of your favorite studios, and he's talking about Naughty Dog. So news you don't like is regarded to Horizon going to PC. No Man's Sky, that's also regarded to something PlayStation related. Work conditions at your favorite studios, which he's synonymous for targeting Naughty Dog and other PlayStation related studios, whether second party or third party, or work very close to PlayStation. And then uh, he goes down and he says, anyway, Days Gone 2 was rejected in 2019 and is not in development at Sony Ben. So this is what he has said. So he knows it's bad. He knows it's negative. He knows it's going to stir the pot. And this again, I like I told Adam, and I think Adam agrees. This is Jason Schreier. That's what he likes to do. But he literally just admitted what he does all the time. So again, for some reason, if you still need to go see it, I'm gonna go out of my way and post it in the community section, just so people can have it. So I posted it on Discord, I posted it on Twitter, I'm posting it on the YouTube community section. Let me see. I'm not even gonna fucking just go put a. Sorry, guys. This dude is really. He's always been annoying. He only recently got on my radar. I've been gaming on YouTube since 2008 officially. Um, I just found out about Jason Schreier like either last year or the end of 2018. Like that's when he got on my radar. Like I might have heard his name, but I didn't really like give a fuck about even commenting. Actually, he also blocked me around that time too when I questioned him about Horizon going to PC. So we already know that if you're a developer at these studios, you can't give certain information if you're under NDA, but he's already let us know that he's not under NDA. So if he's not under NDA, he can give us answers. He chooses not to. So anytime if you're not blocked by Jason Schreier, that oh yeah, that's a good one. If you're not blocked by Jason Schreier, basically um just ask him, "Hey, where do you get this information from? How do you know this?" He can tell you. There's nothing preventing him from letting you know anything. This is a perfect one. Fucking change this shit to that water one. Got a couple matching ones too, so that's not bad. Okay. Let me read some of this stuff real quick. Um, what's going on, Mr. Destroyer? Henry Heck is here. Games for Eternity. Um, DJD, what's going on, bro? Added you to the Discord last night. Welcome. Um, I am struggling with your name because I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but I am. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. So I'm going to ask you for a nickname, and I'm going to try my hardest to remember that easier nickname. Um, okay. Let's see what Henry said. Thing is, he wants to stir the pot and not receive backlash. Exactly. So it's like you want to put out the bad news, and you're a source of that bad news. What do you think? Do you think people are not gonna come at you? Like, come on, man. Like he gotta be smarter than that shit. If you're the bearer of bad news, that's all in the saying. The bearer of bad news. People are gonna be mad at you. You're delivering bad news. Why do you think people don't like what is it, Jim Ryan? I don't think people don't like him because he is Jim Ryan. He's at the head. It's like every time we hear his name, he's giving us information that we don't want to fucking hear. That's related to him. Yeah, he like we don't like that shit. Um, no, that's not a good one. I'm trying to get something a little bit better than that. That one might be better. Hmm, it'll work. That one looks a little generic. There's sadly I fell asleep. It started out really good and it was very interesting. Obviously, I wanted to like get the movie digital so I could watch it at work, because I don't normally have that much time to watch movies except for in the weekends, which I have to juggle with video games. So, the live stream ran late, obviously, and I just was tired, and I just don't think I could stay up, man. So that's what happened. Um, okay, I fucks with that one. And how many more transitions do we have to do? One. Then we got one for God of War. Got one Spider Man and one between Ghost of Tsushima and Spider Man. Let's see what we can do. So I'm just editing a video. I promised myself and obviously all of you guys that hey, I was gonna get a video made. I'm gonna do that shit. Uh, Again, a lot of good shit they got here. Nice transitions. Like that's one thing I won't lie about. Like they really did good adding some things like when it comes to these transitions. So I'm I'm not upset at any of this stuff. We can go from comic book to God of War. That's really nice. That is really nice. So all we need to do is connect God of War to Ghost of Tsushima with a nice transition. Mm, great. I think we're good. I got on Tony Hawk today. Got some new gameplay. All the rest of this is older gameplay. I had two videos that were in this just because I wanted them to be in the gameplay. But then I had said, oh, okay, I can't keep that shit in there because they're not 60 frames. That was Horizon and Mortal Kombat. I was capturing Mortal Kombat on a PS4, and when I was watching the video, I could tell I was like, oh, this is not. Sorry, guys, on the phone. So, Insomniac just said April 12th, which is today, 2016, 5 years ago, we debuted Ratchet and Clank on a PS4. Whether you were reintroduced to our heroes then or recently met them for the first time on a PlayStation 5 with enhancements, thank you for playing our game. Now onward to our next adventure with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on June 11th. You know, I I know they're doing their part, making sure that people know about the game, and I think they're doing a great job, always talking about it. Sharing history. Sometimes it's always sad when you have these great games, and no matter how hard you try, no matter how fun the game looks, you just can't get people to like it. You can't get people to play it, and it's just so fucking crazy. It is so fucking crazy. Um, and I know I deal with that too. It's like I be playing some great games that I know are great, and it does not matter how much gameplay I post. Okay. I think we're good. We toned everything down to 22%. I think one of the videos had audio in it. Yeah, we're gonna keep this, and then what we're gonna do, save the project first of all, and then we're gonna export this so we can always make sure we save that. So we're doing good on that. Um, okay. No, no. Here we go. You said I bought Spider-Man Deluxe thing with Miles. Yeah, man. Good buy on that one. Excuse me. Yeah, that's a nice buy. Um, Rift Apart looks great. Still need a PS5 so I can play it. I mean, no, that it's a combination of issues. Like sometimes you have the game system everywhere, and the game still doesn't do good, and I don't like that. But this is the first time where it's taken them a long time to keep this shit in stock. It's not only because of the semiconductor. I think that even if they had that shit, there are a lot of PS4 gamers that were automatically ready to migrate. The price for the PS5 and the PS5 digital is not too much for a lot of people, and they were ready. Um, yeah. So I also made sure that this part of the gameplay was in there. You guys are just seeing a preview. I haven't done any like voiceovers or anything, or added the logo, any of that stuff. But I did want to make sure my first video included all gameplay that was captured on the PS5 that has 60 frames per second, including this from Dreams, which has not officially got a PS5 patch or an enhancement patch that I know of that anybody was bragging about. But as you know, Dreams has the ability to allow you to play in a higher resolution mode or a higher frame rate mode. And when you do that with the PS5, the frame rate isn't going to be unstable like it was on PS4 or PS4 Pro. So if it's supposed to reach 60 frames, it's going to reach 60 frames on a PS5. Um, so that's the cool thing about some games that have unlocked frame rate before they get a stable patch for 60. Then obviously some games that don't have an unlocked frame rate, and then yeah, yeah, that Henry, that would have been awesome, man. That would have been great. Um, that would have been just phenomenal to have a collector's edition. I know I got a digital, but I would probably get the collector's edition just for the statue. Um, you got to remember one thing though. Uh, all of House Marquee titles, if I'm not mistaken, every last one of those games were digital. Like people don't understand how big of a deal this is for me and for House Marquee. For the first time, they're producing a game of AAA quality that will be released physical as well as digital. This is their most expensive game because every other game was probably $20, between $20 and $40, something like that. Um, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yes, Uncharted's in here because the multiplayer is 60 frames. Battlefield gameplay is in here too. Some of this gameplay people on YouTube will probably be seeing for the first time. Some of this gameplay is clips that I posted on Twitter. But yes, you do know if a game is 60 frames when you post it on Twitter now. It's just something you can see. Um, Even though I don't really know if Twitter officially had an update where they play videos in 60 frames, but if you're just you got a normal 60 frames per second game and you're posting on Twitter for some, I don't know, man, I can see that shit. Quality still is downgraded like fuck, but you know, can see the 60. God of War is in here. This is the patch. This is after the patch. What's going on? Yeah, I needed to post a video, and obviously my first video is gonna be gameplay. Then I'm gonna see how I feel about probably a video a week or something. You know, and it'll probably just be my personal thoughts on some things that you might not hear during the live stream. And then it might be some other types of videos. I know I have the logos for The Truth Hurts, which is a original series that I started with my Pyro 2000X account, and I did continue. Nope, we're just gonna share later. So the good thing is all of this is captured. Again, share factory is not bad. It's just I need them to allow me to transfer my game saves. Okay, so save project. We're good. So this is what we got. We're good. It's already 11:34 at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock. I didn't see any major news. But we got around to this topic, which is the main topic of this live stream today. Good news is better than exclusive games. And I have to say, just analyzing all the bullshit and the outrage, I think that's really what it's all about. I think some PlayStation fans, they want good news. And if they don't get the good news, that means PlayStation is slipping or taking L's, especially if we don't get good news or any news, and the other side gets news, and the news that the other side gets is good. In some way, it's like, hey, well, PlayStation, you see what they're doing? Can you do something so we can get on the internet and talk about it? We know that you're giving us games, and we know the games you're giving us are high quality. We know the games you're giving us are going to get Game of the Year. We know they're going to get anywhere between an 80 or a 90 on Metacritic. But we don't care about that. We don't care about how good the game is. We want something to talk about. So can you please talk like Microsoft? Can you do what Microsoft is doing? Make a Game Pass. So every time there's a new game added to the subscription service, you can brag about it. Can you acquire some studios? So every time you acquire a studio, you can have a TED Talk and brag about it. Like, again, we don't need PlayStation to do what Xbox is doing. Xbox is doing that so they can make noise. They want to make noise so they can be recognized. Gotta remember, 115 million PS4s sold versus under 50 million Xbox Ones sold. Why do different levels of PlayStation fans or gamers want PlayStation to do what the person in last place is doing? The king of the gaming consoles needs to go all the way down to the person in last place and look at what they're doing and do what they're doing. So what? Basically, people want PlayStation to be last place. They want them to embody everything that is Xbox, which was not successful and still isn't successful. It's something to talk about, but just because you have something to talk about doesn't mean it's going to relate to people wanting to buy your console. Remember, there's really no reason to buy the Xbox. Not only did their games go to PC, but their famous subscription service is also available on PC. The one thing that you don't have to do on PC with Xbox games or with their subscription service is pay for their other subscription service, which is Xbox Live Gold. So there is benefits to playing all of the Xbox games on PC. So what is the benefit of buying the box? The only real benefit to buying that console is because it's a console. It's cheaper than building a PC. That's the only benefit. But is there a benefit to owning an Xbox over a PlayStation system? No. Because we have real exclusives that bring out the value of our system that you can't experience anywhere else. Again, why do we need to be like them? They're in last place. Just because they talking doesn't mean it's going to fucking help their situation. Yeah, I mean, there was a time before the news started to drop for like last generation. I mean, for this generation where now where I was posting videos, like so probably before 2020. Like 2020 was the year where it was like, hey, bro, there's a lot of fucking news. Live streaming is a little bit better for me because I can break some of that news as it happens. Um, but I do want to get back into making videos, and sadly, I'm gonna have to use a laptop to do that. So, um, yeah, my first video that I make again is gonna be on a PS5. Um, but like all my other videos are gonna be on the laptop. They're probably gonna be anywhere between, I don't know, could be between 2 and 5 minutes. I want to keep my videos small and short and straight to the point. Um, the longest a video could be like 12 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. If I have something to talk about, not rambling. Um, Gameplay, reviews, that's up in the air. Again, if I do a review, everybody's always gonna think it's biased, so they might not look at my reviews. So I'll probably come around to doing reviews probably late summer. And that's only if people want to see reviews. Um, Gameplay impressions I don't mind doing, and these would be individual gameplay impressions for videos, not live streams. That way I can stay focused and get a real quick gameplay impressions out. Yeah, shit like that. So again, I want people to really understand what people are saying with PlayStation. PlayStation is going to focus only on big AAA games. At the same time, when you go to PlayStation's official YouTube channel, outside of them streaming Mortal Kombat 11 competitions, you see them posting a lot of indie games that is on their platform, meaning that they still support smaller developers. You still see Japanese games on their platform, which means they still support Japanese developers. How can PlayStation fans allow Xbox fans to lie to them and listen to the lie when if you just go to their YouTube channel, you can see what PlayStation's about? I don't know when the last time I saw a big AAA game being advertised on PlayStation's YouTube channel. Like, there's lots of fucking indies. Obviously you got multiplats. They're always going to be there. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm seeing a lot of games that don't scream AAA if they're not a multiplat. Like, there are lots of indie titles. Lots and lots of indie titles. Smaller games that people say PlayStation doesn't support. Just because they're not making it at their studio doesn't mean they're not supporting it. If they weren't supporting smaller developers, they wouldn't allow this shit on their fucking system. But they did. Now I need to know what the fuck this is. We also got some breaking news from True Witty and Adam, and I want to cover this. So it seems like this is a shooting game, and oh, it's a VR. It's a VR shooting game. Again, bro, this is what VR games look like, right? And it does not look the best. But God, next year when the PlayStation VR comes out, the PS5 VR comes out, we're gonna get games that might be first person shooter of a higher level, and I just can't wait. Like, I've always been interested in VR. When I really started to pay attention to VR was because of Sword Art Online, the anime. Uh, After I watched Sword Art Online, the anime, it was like, oh yeah, bro, I can't wait till we get to this level of video games. And yeah, I was there when the PlayStation VR got announced, and I made the decision to go to, like, 4K or semi 4K, whatever you want to call the PS4 Pro. I made a decision to do 4K upgrade compared to VR because I didn't feel that their first attempt was gonna be what I was seeing in Sword Art Online. So I was like, I'm gonna wait. And I kept looking at people post gameplay and shit. And I was like, yeah, this is what I expected. It's not horrible, but it's not where I know they can be at. And they were limited by the power of the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. Now those limits are taken off of the table, and it's a lot of good VR titles on PC. Just like all these indie titles that we can't even fucking name, they're gonna come over to consoles, and it's gonna make our experience that much better for VR. So I cannot wait for that shit to happen. Now think about this. A lot of these games are smaller. They're not made by PlayStation Studios, but PlayStation is allowing these games to be sold to us and played by us. That same shit is gonna happen when it comes to uh, the new VR headset. We're gonna get a lot of those games, and not all of them are gonna be trash. Like, there are gonna be some good VR titles, you know. And I do believe the PS5 will re-energize the VR landscape because, yeah, VR is on PC and it's more superior to what we have right now on consoles. But we know on consoles we're gonna buy more of the VR games than PC people will. So it's a benefit. It's a big benefit. By the way, I'm hoping that dude that plays Scorpion, I'm hoping he's he's in Ghost of Tsushima the movie. So I really, really hope he's in that Ghost of Tsushima movie. WB is not fucking around this year, man. Like Mortal Kombat, Space Jam, Suicide Squad, Those Who Wish Me Dead. That's gonna be a great movie. Let me see what else they got. Godzilla versus Kong. Like, WB was on their shit so far this year. Like, they really were on their shit. Even Wonder Woman, which wasn't the best, but yeah. Tom and Jerry wasn't. It was not as bad as what people say. That was not a bad movie. It was pretty funny. Yeah, WB's on their shit, man. They got some pretty damn good movies. Yeah, they did their shit. Can't wait. Um, this shit's gonna be dope too. Batman: A Long Halloween. Let me see. I want to see Batman: A Long Halloween. I want to see Justice Society World War II. That shit's gonna be dope. The animations in that looking just high quality as ever. Um, Probably got about 2 more years, but that project they're working on, that Static Shock HBO Max project they're working on, I can't wait. To be honest, I want a Static Shock movie, but I think that they need to reintroduce the character to people that don't read the comic books. And I think the best way to do that is to bring it out as a television series. So that's what I know they're gonna do. Batman's that motherfucking. Batman's just a fucking boss. They really should have made an individual Ben Affleck Batman. They really, really should have did that shit. Damn, bro. Missed opportunity right there. Missed opportunity. Shit. So, this Monday is a dud when it comes to news. Real quiet, real nothing. Just real nothing on the scale. Not that I see right now. Um, oh yeah. So yeah, My Hero Academia. Um I don't want to fall behind, so every new dub episode that they release, I do want to watch it. Um because if I feel that if I don't, people will be so excited about a certain episode that they end up spoiling that shit. So I don't want that shit. Kyle. No. WB announced I think it was last year that they're no longer for sale. I think they started to see the value which was inside themselves because, like I said, they're doing good with the movies. They could apply that to video games. Like a King Kong Godzilla video game could work if they make it right. Obviously, we know most people wouldn't make it right. It'd be just a cash grab, but you know, shit like that. They have a Suicide Squad video game. That video game will feed off of the hype from the movie that's releasing later this year. So, I think that they started to see the value in themselves and they were like, nah, we're good. We're good. We're not going to get brought out. Because, see, if that happens, then you're going to split that fucking universe. You know how Marvel was split up? Like, there's Avengers, right? The very first Avengers movie. But X-Men could never be included in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because they were owned by Fox. And then there were like other characters that were owned by Fox, like I don't know, where Daredevil and Punisher, like they could never be inside the Marvel universe that we know. Like they never allowed them to be included or talk. Like there was an attempt to say that they could be included, and then they scrapped it. Like Daredevil, um, you know, Luke Cage, they were all supposed to be in the final battle for Endgame, but they decided to scrap that shit because Netflix really had the rights to it and they didn't want to share it. So after that shit fell off, from what I heard, they got all the rights back as far as Disney is concerned from Marvel. They own every character now, so they can do shit. And that's what I don't think WB wanted. It's like, hey, we sell WB games to somebody, but we want to do something different, or we want to put this character here, and then they won't be able to have that type of freedom because it's up to the person that owns WB games. And I think that WB didn't want to go down the route that Marvel went down so many years ago. So it's a smart decision. Keep that shit to yourself. Keep it in the family. I mean, that's the only way I watch anime. I mean, I love it. Trust me, I love the anime stories, and not all the dubs are perfect, but that's just the way I watch it. I know most people would disagree. Yeah, yeah, Gregory, I'm scrolling up to read some of these comments. Yeah, Outriders is not available on Game Pass PC, and I think you're saying something about Nier Automata wasn't on Game Pass PC until recently. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, me personally, um, just just speaking from experience, um, if I was to go to, let's say, let me go to Netflix, right? I'll show y'all how it is for me. So, um, let me take this off. I'm pretty sure I won't get copyrighted because I'm not gonna like watch anything. But so this is what I got for subscriptions, right? I got Netflix, I got Funimation, and by default, because I'm a Netflix, I'm an Amazon subscriber. They gave me Amazon Video because it's one and the same. I pay that fee to get my packages the next day or same day, and they threw in their video streaming. Out of the three, I have to say the one that's more valuable is Amazon Prime. Sorry, Amazon Prime Video is more valuable because it has more everything. The downside is not everything is free. So, and I'm good. I'm going somewhere with this, and trust me, I won't forget. But let me just cover Amazon because it's one of the biggest ones. So, on Amazon, you have Avengers, which is Prime. That's free, right? Sonic is on here. That's free. Um, and they got like other stuff, right? You know, like they got other stuff, and when you see Prime on it, you know it's free. Sometimes it'll say Prime and UHD, so it's Ultra HD, so it's high quality. You know, I watch Invincible, which is a good cartoon slash anime. Really, really good. Like it's really good. So they got so much stuff. Remember Heavenly Sword? Heavenly Sword had a movie based off of the video game. Obviously, the Sony making movies off of video games that they came out with is not something new. They've been doing it for a while. It's just most people they haven't been with PlayStation for a long enough time to understand that they've been doing that shit. But long story short, there's a lot of different stuff here. Again, you have Disney stuff that's on here. Like they have new shit that's on here, award-winning stuff that's on here. Um, Again, this is supposed to only be on Disney Plus. There's really no benefit of it being over here because you wanted people to subscribe to Disney Plus just to watch it. But Amazon, they made a way to get shit like that. If you scroll all the way down here, I think you start to get down to like other stuff. So look, they got HBO features. So they got stuff that is supposed to be on HBO Max, but happens to also be here, right? Um, they got stuff for news. They got stuff for sports. Again, the value on Amazon Prime is a lot higher. The downside is some of the stuff isn't free. So let's go here to 10 years, right? 10 years seems to be a movie, and you can watch it with HBO or you can rent it. So it's not free, but you're going to have to subscribe. So if you want to watch this, you can watch it with HBO. Amazon Prime will take you to HBO's subscription so you can watch it. Under their subscription, you can watch it for free. But you can watch it right now on Amazon Prime. You just have to pay a fee. Now, the thing is, Game Pass loses a lot of money because they don't have shit like this in place. Right? They just don't have shit like this in place. So, again, let me see. This movie right here. This is free with Amazon. I can watch this movie right now. It's a part of the subscription. But they're nice enough to have movies that, let's get out of here. They're nice enough to have movies that are not in the Prime service. So, let's say Law and Order Special Victims Unit Season 20. That's not in their subscription. So, I'm going to have to pay $2.99 per episode or $24.99 for the whole season. So, they're making money. Not just off of the initial subscription, but all the other stuff that's not covered by Prime. That's just how it is. It's a smarter way. People say, hey, Game Pass has this game, this, if you subscribe to Game Pass, it has a discount. It's not the same thing. Like, if you have premium content, right? But it's, let's say, it's too good and you shouldn't be giving it away for free. You got to make some money off of it. Like what happened with Disney Plus. On Disney Plus, they have premium videos, which are day and date videos. And they're going to charge you $30. They're going to make their fucking money back off of that fucking investment. Most people, when it comes to movie tickets, you're paying anywhere between $12 and, let's say, $12 and $18, depending on that other one that they had. It's like 4X. It's a movie theater where the seats move and shit's different. It's a really interactive movie. But if you're paying for the lower ones, probably anywhere between $12 and $18, because normal movies, then you have like the high quality movies, then you have the 3D movies. So they're different prices. So even in the movie theaters before COVID, you were not just paying one flat price. Like, depending on what you want, you're going to pay a little bit more. On Game Pass, how can Microsoft make a lot of money off of Game Pass when they're wasting so much money on getting things on, giving it away for free when they do that? They're not making a lot of extra money outside of the subscription. Let me talk to you about Netflix. Netflix is also a subscription service. It's a pretty damn good one too. It's been around for a long time. They just put this fucking movie on here. Thank God. Woo! Let me add that shit to my list. I had saw when I wasn't like watching anything, I had saw that they put that shit on the list. So that's pretty dope. Damn, thank God. So the good thing about Netflix is you will go through Netflix and you'll see movies that you might know or you might not know. All right. There's a movie literally just called Fighting. I don't think I ever heard of it. It seems to have Jason Tatum in there when he was much younger. But, I'm probably not going to watch it. If I was to scroll, I started watching this anime, but it's not as good. It is good, but it's like low quality. It's kind of like right off of the manga strip. Not a lot of moving around. So let me see. I'm going to scroll down to see if I can get to like the part of Netflix where there are movies that you just never fucking heard of. And Game Pass has that shit, just like Xbox Marketplace and also PlayStation Store. We have like games on there that are indie games that you just never heard of at all. Some are old or retro. That's just how it is, right? And that's cool. So, like this Cross Rise of the Villains. Like, come on. Like, I never heard of this fucking shit. But it's on Netflix. Maybe you want to watch it. Maybe you just never do. I know I'm probably never going to watch that. Starship Troopers. I remember Starship Troopers growing up. This one's not live action. This is like characters looking like Master Chief, and it's a 3D movie, and it looks like something I'm going to want to watch. So long story short is stuff like this. So Netflix has these movies that some of them are legendary, some of them are classics, some of them are new. You're going to want to watch it, right? Like their best series are from their own production studios. Outside of that, they're going to have to make deals to get good content on their shit day one. They made that deal with Sony, so they're going to be able to do something like that, right? But sometimes you can scroll through Netflix and not find anything. If I was to go back to Amazon Prime, everything I probably scrolled through, I probably would watch. I'm not biased. I'm just being honest. But Amazon's doing a different thing. They have stuff in their subscription, but there's some premium content there that you're going to have to pay a little bit more for. They're going to make more money off of Amazon Prime. That's why they don't talk about how much money they lose, because they don't lose a lot of money on the Amazon Prime. Not compared to Netflix. Disney, same way. They're not announcing that they're losing billions and billions of dollars. doing Disney Plus because they have a premium option. Day and date, high quality movies you're going to have to pay for. Obviously, Boca Loca and myself have ways around that, but if you're subscribed to one of these subscriptions like Disney Plus or HBO Max, like you might have just a subscription, but they might have another way to get more money out of you. That's good for them because they're making more money to stay afloat, to keep the service up to snuff and keep the good quality coming. How would PlayStation be able to do something like Game Pass without losing money all the fucking time? They can't. If you make a subscription and you give out your premium content for free, you're not making a lot of money. Instead of making $60 per customer per game, you are only making, let's say, $15 each month per customer, allowing them to play your whole category of games. It's pro-consumer, means it benefits us. We don't have to spend a lot of money, but they're not getting the money they need in order to operate, in order to bring good content to that service, which shouldn't exist because that's not how they operate. Now, we will talk about their services. So they have Plus, where you're subscribed to, and each month you're going to get anywhere between 3 and 4 different games. At the same time, they also have PlayStation Now. If you're subscribed to, you're going to be getting each month about 3 or 4 different games. It's really, really simple. They have options. They know that we're not that invested in these type of options. And as far as PlayStation Plus, it's icing on the cake. Most people want to play online, so we have the subscription for that. But there is an added benefit to Plus. The benefit is you're getting games. You might have paid for those games already. You might own them already. But there's a good chance that some of those games you might not have. And it opens your eyes to play something new. But they're not going day and date with their high quality content. That's the big, big difference between PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now, and Game Pass. It's also the big difference between PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now and something like Amazon Prime, where Amazon Prime will have day and date content. It's exclusive to their service. PlayStation Plus recently started to add day and date new content of a lower variety, like an Odd World or Destruction All Stars, right? So they're trying, but the majority of the time they're giving you games that are older, like Days Gone, which is officially 2 years old, or this game, which I don't know how old it is. Let me see. Let me go check it out just so I can. So this game came out last year. So this game just came out last year on, it was what? February 4th, 2020. It came out last year. So this game just came out last year. They're like, didn't do good, whatever. Put it on Plus. So it'll be like that. Plus might be the answer to Game Pass. It's when you heard that quote that Jim Ryan is thinking of a counterpunch to Game Pass. You don't actually have to make a new service or combine two services. You can start to change one service that's already popular and completely shit on Game Pass. PlayStation Plus has 47 million subscribers. Game Pass has 18 million subscribers. We have more subscribers, concurrent subscribers, on PlayStation Plus than Xbox Live Gold. So what that means is you already have an install base. You can make it bigger, maybe because more people want to play online, or maybe because people want the added benefit of getting games that they don't have to pay for. This is the counterpunch. This is what they were talking about. Maybe the quality of games they add here are a little bit higher. Maybe they're higher than Oddworld. Maybe they're higher than Destruction All-Stars. Maybe they team up and they get Kenna on PlayStation Plus day and date. Who knows? These are things, these are solutions they can do. Yeah, exactly, Aziz. And that's what I believe, man. We've seen this. I mean, it's not just, oh, we got the PlayStation Plus collection. They completely rebranded PlayStation Plus, if most people don't understand. They rebranded it. They made it look new. You know? It's really, really out there now. Like, you get your free games, you get your exclusive content, you get to play online, you get exclusive packs. Like, there is an added benefit to this, or owning a PlayStation Plus. It's a massive added benefit. So when Xbox fans say we have Game Pass and we get a game for free, but if we don't play it for free, we still get a discount on it. Well, before Game Pass existed, before Microsoft started giving away games for free on Xbox Live Gold, PlayStation Plus was already doing that. PlayStation Plus started out as a subscription service that gave you discounts to games on PlayStation. This is before Lizard Squad hacked the PlayStation Network during the PS3 generation. And as a way to repay the gamers, PlayStation was like, oh, okay, Nick, I'll see you later, man. As a way to repay the gamers and make them not so pissed off, they were like, okay, every month we're going to give you guys a free game. But we're only going to give you a free game if you're subscribed to PlayStation Plus. Because you were already subscribed and you're already paying us money, and we know that you feel some type of way about Lizard Squad hacking us, even though it's professional hackers versus somebody that, at that time, a PlayStation that was not protected. And that's how it turned into the PlayStation Plus we know. Now, Xbox eventually saw that. They waited until Xbox One to copy. But again, the core of PlayStation Plus is discounts. And if you're looking at what I'm looking at, they have these discounts. So when you hear Xbox fans say, oh, well, Game Pass has discounts, y'all don't have that. Not really. They copied off of PlayStation Plus, because PlayStation Plus was made with discounts in mind before they started giving out their first free game. Counterpunch is PlayStation Plus. It's the more successful. They can add PlayStation Now to PlayStation Plus if they want to, but I don't think they need to add PlayStation Plus to PlayStation Now. Whoever's the weakest one gets absorbed by the stronger one. That's how I see it. I mean, they also have this shit over here that they did start last generation with the PS4. Basically, if you have PlayStation Plus and you play certain games, let's say Apex, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Rocket League, Grand Theft Auto, these are top tier games, right? These games are super high. People know these games. Well, you're going to get something free. So, I don't play Call of Duty, but fuck it. Let me download this pack. Because next time I play it, I'm going to get some gun skins, a knife, an outfit for my character. This Fortnite shit is already installed with the blue skin for my weapons and shit. I don't play Apex anymore, but let me go get that shit for free. You know, I don't play Rocket League, but fuck it, let me go get this shit for free. You see what I'm saying? But there's no benefit. People are bitching because they don't know. I'm only talking to 35 people right now. I mean, you could help me out. Like, I'm about to get $1 million from PlayStation Plus for Grand Theft Auto, which I don't play. But why not? Why not? It's not going to cost me any money to get this bonus. I'm already a PlayStation Plus subscriber for the next 4 years because I stacked that shit. But why not? All of this shit is free now. Like, all of this stuff is free. These are the benefits of PlayStation Plus, which outweigh the benefits of Game Pass. Game Pass is giving you new games day and date, but the quality of those new games may vary. And just like on Netflix, sometimes you have so much shit and not enough time that you don't get around to playing or experiencing everything. So at that point in time, you might be subscribed to Game Pass, but you're not playing nothing. You're just subscribed to be subscribed. Sometimes I feel like that about Netflix, and sometimes I feel like that about Funimation and Amazon Prime, because I don't have enough time to go over here to the media section and watch what I want to watch, because either I'm doing a live stream or I'm at work. Same thing could be for Game Pass. I'm not telling people to unsubscribe to Game Pass. I'm just saying, do you really use it? Is it the best service out there? Does it have the most subscribers? No, it doesn't. I mean, you're seeing right now, PlayStation Plus has evolved. You're getting games every month. But if you got a PS5, you get these collection of games off the bat. Right? You get all of this off the bat. This is what you get off the bat. So, you're getting free games every month. You go on the PlayStation 5. You get that collection off the bat. You're getting exclusive discounts. You're getting exclusive packs. I mean, if I had like 1 million subscribers and I would be talking about this, I'm pretty sure more people would be like, oh shit, man, you're right. What's the point of us wanting what Game Pass have if we have something better? That's just how I see it. Everybody's not going to see it that way. That's cool. But that's how I see it. Collection of games. If you have a PlayStation Plus on PS5, free monthly games, which everybody's going to get to experience. Some people might experience a certain game that's only on PS5, and that will be Oddworld. And then you got online multiplayer, exclusive discounts and packs. Game Help, which is also a new added bonus on the PS5 only for PlayStation Plus members. This allows you to get spoiler-free hints and help. I mean, it's really, really, really simple to what you're gonna receive on Plus. So, yeah. Not advertising. It's just educating. And I think education is key when you got to deal with Xbox fans talking about Game Pass every fucking month. Sorry, every hour. It's not every month for these guys. They don't got shit else to talk about. Every fucking hour, they're talking to you about Game Pass. Have you heard about Game Pass lately? Exactly, personal preference. And I can tell you personally, most of the games on Game Pass are trash. And knowing that they are held there by a money contract means I'm not really getting bent out of shape, because those games will eventually be on the platform that I play on. Like Octopath Traveler, right? I'm going to be able to play that game. That's so sad, right? Oh man, I'm looking at N4G right now, and they're saying there's an article saying 5 digital PlayStation games you should play before they are gone, and the one that's on the cover is Tokyo Jungle, which I showed off. That's in PlayStation Now. It won't move from PlayStation Now. It's always going to stay on PlayStation Now, even if the stores for the PS3 go offline. Tokyo Jungle will still be available on another service. And also, I got 2 articles on the top area for N4G talking about Days Gone. And what's funny is, listen to the title of this. How Ben Studio turned Days Gone from a mess to a masterpiece. This is what I want people to understand. Days Gone was never a mess. The media made it look like it was the worst game in the world. but it was never the worst game in the world. The game has been out officially for 2 years, and it only took an announcement that it's not getting a sequel for people to say, "Oh, I love the game. Oh, what, Sony, you're so fucking evil. Why are you not putting out a sequel to a game that I didn't care about until recently?" If you paid attention to the game in 2019, when supposedly the sequel was turned down by Sony because of the reception by the gamers, because of the reception by the media, because of the Metacritic score, then I'm pretty sure it would have got a sequel by now. It would have been announced. It would have been greenlit. The gamers spoke with their wallet. They didn't buy Days Gone 2. Sorry, they didn't buy Days Gone as much as Sony wanted them to. All the hate, all the criticism by the media, they were like, we got to get away from this. Maybe we don't bring out a sequel. We got some of our own PlayStation fans saying the game's bad. Sony is like a fucking deer. They're easily startled. And anything that looks like it's not going to be profitable or successful, they are going to stay away from that shit. It is sad, but that is just how they are. I know this because a lot of games that were not profitable or successful during the PS3 generation, Sony pretends that those games never existed. Nintendo does it too, but Sony does it a lot more. Because they actually had great games that there's no reason for them to, mess with. Days Gone was a good game. This is coming from Gregory. Days Gone is a good game, but I feel like I played the same game already, and the story was too slow, in my opinion. Exactly. Everything you said is right, because that's your opinion. I will agree. I think the story was a little drawn out. The gameplay mechanics are not it's not normal. It's just like, it's not unique, right? It's generic. It's a third-person shooter. It's a guy fighting infected, aka zombies, with a wide range of weapons. The only difference in this game is you have a motorcycle instead of a car, and that's it. And the story, which is completely different from a lot of other stories. So that's it. You either love it or you hate it. If everybody hated it, that's why it's not getting a sequel. If you hated the game, why do you want a sequel if you didn't like the game? There are a lot of people that didn't even buy the game because they heard bad shit about it. And these are the people running around the internet saying Sony is evil because they didn't make a sequel to a game that they didn't even buy. Do you see how stupid that is? Cyber Dragon, I agree with that. And that's why I'm going to tell you about a little story. So, we might see something similar to happen with Returnal. But we don't see it that much anymore. After what happened with Days Gone, not only do they wait until after the game's gone gold, but they do wait until they have a good playable version for the media. And sometimes they don't give that version out to the media, and they have to play the game when we play the game. I feel that if the media is going to be so critical, PlayStation should take access back from the media. First of all, they all have jobs. They have enough money to buy these games. They want to fucking review it? That's what you do. Some media outlets just need to be blacklisted. I know it's something that's not going to happen, and the first part isn't going to happen either, where Sony just makes everybody wait to play these games. Some games are going to get review copies, and some probably shouldn't. Returnal is one of the ones that I don't think needs a review copy. The reason why is if they play this game and let's go over a little bit of gameplay real quick. Let's see, state of play, blah 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 blah. State of play was gameplay, right? So let's look at this gameplay right now while we're talking. So we got some Returnal gameplay is about to be played. in front of you. Let's say they go to the first stage. You leave out the spacecraft, right? And an enemy hits you more times than you can respond and you die. There's nothing against a reviewer telling you it's bad because they suck at it. There are tons of reviewers that have not successfully completed the game before they make a review, and their review is impacted on their experience. It's not the story, it's not the graphics, it's the inability to successfully get through the game in a way that they deem worthy. And if they can't get that through that game the way they want to get through that game, and it's not leaving a lasting impression, they will say, hey, this game is not good. Now, multiplats indie games, it's a hit or miss. It'll either be good, normal, or bad, right? Xbox games have been in the shit list for a long time. Not purposely, it's just their games really aren't that good. PlayStation exclusives, we know PlayStation is going to go above and beyond to put a lot of crazy shit in their games, show off the power of their system. With Returnal, we already know that's apparent if you're looking at these visuals. Like I said, there's a lot going on. You see a lot of lasers going on and coming at you and shit. Hey, those lasers hit you a couple of times and kill you, and you're a reviewer, you might say, hey, well, that sucks. I don't like that. Well, I'm docking some points because I died earlier than I wanted to. That's why I don't want this game to get an early access code for the reviewers, because a bad review can kill a game. And it has happened many, many times. That's why we're talking about Days Gone. I'm not saying Days Gone was perfect, but the first impression is a lasting impression. Cyber Dragon with the $5 super chat. All developers and publishers of all games should not give out any more free view copies. Reviewers should have to buy the game like we do. I agree with that. I'm not sure if it's always going to happen. I think the bigger the game, the possibility of it getting a review copy is higher. I think that when you have lower games, I don't think you need to give out those copies. We see that something went down similar to what I'm just talking about, and that would be, let me think of it, Outriders. Sorry. The name is simple, but it escapes my mind because it's such a generic game. Just because a game is generic does not mean it's bad, but it's forgettable. So Outriders, the reviews took days, maybe a week to come out. And I still don't think all the reviews are out that should be out. What we're going to do, we're going to look over the reviews together. And we're going to see what goes down on the going downs. So how about we go get Xbox Series X, PS5, and PC reviews. Last gen consoles probably don't matter to you guys, so we're not going to do that. So let's go from highest to lowest, and we have a new development. Yeah, we have a new development. So the red alert breaking news right now is that Outriders has went to yellow on the Xbox One. It is now holding the same exact score as the PS5. Sorry, let me rephrase that. On the Xbox Series X, Outriders has the same score as the PS5. PC is now 1 point higher than PS5 and Xbox Series X, making it a green. That's the breaking news. By 1 point, it is green, and PS5 and Xbox Series X are now yellow. The user scores for PS5 and Xbox Series X are different due to the fact that Xbox fans got the game on Game Pass, and a lot of them felt obligated to giving it a higher user score. PlayStation fans know what they got, and they did not like what they got. They gave it a lower user score. The user score is a split of 10 points. Sorry, a 0.10. And PC, no surprise to anybody, they have a lower user score than both the consoles. So let me break this down for you guys so you can see and believe. Thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button. We got 45 people on a cloudy Monday over here in the DMV. So here we go. Seeing is believing, right? Let's zoom in because maybe you guys can't see enough. We're going to go over. Is that good? That was too good. Let's put that right there. And then let's put some down here. It's really impressive. For some reason, I thought the review scores could be higher. Let me tell you guys a big secret about this, right? What we're going to do is we're going to open up another page because I think it's really important. So let me see. Let me do this. Okay. So we open up a sub page for the Xbox Series X because something happened that made Xbox Series X's score higher than PC and PS5, but it went back down to where it belongs, but it has less fucking reviewers. So let's scope this out. The king of the gaming industry is still PlayStation, because even though a lot of people don't have a PS5, more reviewers reviewed the PS5 version of the game than the Xbox Series X and PC. 29 reviewers decided to review it on PS5. 22 reviewers decided to review it on the Xbox Series X. Sorry. And only 17 reviewers decided to review it on PC. People like PlayStation 5 more than any other platforms. There you go. This is the revelation. 74, 74, 75. That's the difference between green and yellow. I think anything in the 70s should probably be around a yellow. And when you get to the 80s, that's when it should be green. But it is what it is. 75 is green. 74 is yellow. The PS5 version of Outriders has always been yellow. That has not changed. Xbox was green. PC was yellow. This is Monday, April 12, 2021. It is 12:31 p.m. And this is the change. Again, I was saying it. Now you see it. The user score is a 5.8 on PC, which is the lowest. The second lowest is a 6.2. That's the PS5 version. And the Xbox Series X version is a 7.2. So the Xbox Series X people believe this is a good game. Now, again, don't laugh. They don't know what a good game is. They think trash is treasure. And they think treasure is trash. So, let's be honest. This is not a surprise. I've also deduced that because the game was given away for free on Game Pass, some people probably gave it a higher score because they didn't have to pay for it. So, even though the game is bad, they might not see it as bad because they didn't have to pay anything. Now, PS5 people that paid for the game, PC people that were forced to pay for the game, and they got that quality, were like, nah, that's not good enough. PC could be the first platform where Outriders falls to red user score rating. And this is the fourth link that we want to talk about. Forbes, where Jason Schreier works, gave Outriders the highest score. And that highest score is for the Xbox Series X version, sitting at a 9 out of 10, or 90 out of 100. this is what I wanted to talk about with the high review scores. So True Achievements, that's an Xbox website. They gave it an 80. Somos Xbox, that's an Xbox website. They gave it an 80. Pure Xbox, they gave it an 80. Obviously, that's an Xbox website. So that's how it turned out. These are all positive reviews. We didn't get to the yellow ones. We're just looking at the positive ones. So people you do know, they gave it a positive review. GameSpot gave it a solid 80. Gaming Bolt gave it a solid 80. And I don't know any of the other people. So a lot of Xbox websites gave it a high score. I don't know if they thought the game was good or it's a benefit to Game Pass, so let's give it a good score. We go over here to when it started to impact the final score, which is 74 now. Here's another Xbox website. Mondo Xbox, 70. IGN France, 70. Windows Central, 70. Power Ultimate, 64. EGM, 60. Video Gamer, 50. And Xbox Achievements, which I think we've already talked about, gave it 50. So maybe they reviewed it 2 times. I don't know how that works. So, not good. Getting a 50. That really probably dragged it down. Because that's borderline red. If it would have got anything lower than a 50, it would have been red instead of yellow. So it's not the best game, and even if it's given away for Game Pass, it doesn't make that game good. So just a quick recap. 74, 74, 75. PlayStation has the most people that wanted to review the game. And if I'm just being honest, they had more people that were critical of the game. So not only were more people reviewing the game, it seemed like more people obviously had impressions of the game, which could relate to how many people brought it on PlayStation compared to other platforms. Like I said, could relate to that. So 312 people rated the game on PlayStation 5. 221 people rated the game on Xbox Series X, and 303 people rated the game on PC. So if you're going to look at the people that went out, really supported the game, gave a good, true impressions of it, 312, 303, 221. More people should have reviewed the game on Xbox Series X because so many more people had access to play it at no additional cost. Again, just because you give something away for free doesn't mean somebody's going to want to watch it or play it. Let me see what the chat has to say. I was ranting a lot. And vice versa, blah, blah. The end of the game is a bit bare too, but the gameplay is fun. It wasn't given away for free on PC Game Pass though. Yeah, you're right, Henry. It wasn't given away for free. They had to pay for the game, and that's probably why they were more critical about how bad the fucking game is. It's because they've been deprived for so many years that their standards are extremely low. Dez coming back here with the facts, bro. What's going on, Isaiah? How you doing, man? Oh, fuck. Isaiah, I was wrong about that. Thanks, bro. Thanks for correcting me. I mean, I hate when shit's that generic that you make those fuck up mistakes. It's like, some people might look very similar to other people, and then you might call them that other person's name. It's kind of like that sometimes. I used to do that shit with, Medal of Honor and Call of Duty. Like, many, many years ago. Like, I thought they were basically the same fucking game. Until Call of Duty just fucking exploded with Modern Warfare 4. sorry, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4. Outriders needs some more content and some fixes, and it will be fine. Jim Sterling showed footage of the game being wonky. If it had that experience, I would give it a 0. Okay. I haven't checked PC Game Pass. Falling through the world, no sky, enemy floating up. Damn. Okay, that's horrible. Some were mad it wasn't free there, but well, Xbox Game Pass. Yep. Me personally, if they want to go all in on PC, every game that's on Game Pass for Xbox needs to be on Game Pass for PC. I mean, they're the ones that made that narrative that all gamers need to be playing together and shit. So why would you divide that Game Pass? I mean, let's be honest. The content holders, right? The developers, the studios, they want these games to make money, and they know that on PC and on PlayStation, people still buy games. So you don't want to start getting the PC fans hooked on getting everything for free when they already have that ability through emulation and piracy. You're like, hey, bro, we got a new game. We want you to buy it. We don't want you to get it for free. We need to make money off of this game. So I think that's why not all games go to Game Pass on PC. Because they know PC fans will buy games. And, sadly, I think it's a little bit more than Xbox gamers. I think PC fans will buy more games than Xbox fans. They will spend more money than Xbox fans when it comes to software. I mean, it's not a compliment. They're both very low compared to Nintendo and PlayStation. Well, let's put it this way. I think Nintendo is above PlayStation when it comes to gamers buying their software. Animal Crossing sold 20 million copies, I think. I think in its first year, if I'm not mistaken. And it was sold at $60, so don't come to me for that shit. Oh, hold on, let me check this fucking picture real quick. Okay, how many copies did Animal Crossing New Horizons sell?
31.8 million copies.
Well, that's a
According
fucking...
to the next
the
web,
fuck?
Animal Crossing New Horizons sold 31.8 million copies. Here's some silly math.
The fuck is going on? Hold on, bro. I'm gonna mute my mic. I got a fucking read. Okay. Let's try to continue this fucking podcast. Okay. This is craziness. Yeah, PlayStation is second place when it comes to selling games. PlayStation gamers need to understand that it's not always the veterans' fault. Like, we know certain people will just buy the games. And we also know certain people will not only buy exclusives, but complete them. I have a higher completion rate on exclusives compared to multiplats because those are the high quality games that I'm accustomed to. Second, possibly RPGs like Final Fantasy 15, which I got a platinum on. Dragon Quest, the Dynasty Warriors game, which I got a platinum on. Like shit like that. But Nintendo fans are on a whole nother level when it comes to supporting their games. We gotta be on that level because Nintendo just brought back Animal Crossing. That's the first Animal Crossing for Switch. The first one sold 31.8 million fucking copies. Yes, it possibly could be because a lot of people were stuck in the house because of COVID. We don't know that for sure. All we know is that it got to 31.8 million copies in one fucking year. Let me point out what's crazy. We have multi-platform games on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC that don't even get 31 million copies in one year. We have PlayStation 4 or 5 exclusives that will never get to 31.8 million copies in one year. And we're not going to talk about Xbox because we know they don't buy games over there anymore. That's very successful. I can't hate on that at all. I don't really know the true reason why it sold so much, but that's a big fucking one for them. A big one. I hope that PlayStation fans can give that big W to PlayStation when Returnal comes out. I want Returnal to do that. I want Returnal to make numbers, bro. Now, look, let's be honest. Animal Crossing did have online infrastructure, and it really did invite more people to play a game like that. So it was a real recipe for success, especially with people being isolated indoors. So even though the Switch is a handheld console hybrid, which is designed for you to be outside and go on a go with, people were restricted to the houses because of the COVID pandemic. So you're stuck in your house. You get an online game. Let's say you already got I got like 60 or 70 million Switches sold. I'm going to look that number up because I think I might be off. And you got this online game, and you can make your worlds, and you can make your house, and it's really attractive for people that can't be together anymore. So it's an example of the right game at the right time. Like, that is a perfect game for that time where we were isolated. And it just found untold success. Like, really. How many systems? Fuck, I fucked up the question.
.87 million.
Damn.
According to BBC, the firm said 79.87 million units had been sold since its March 2017 launch.
Okay, so the Switch is sitting at 79.87 million units as of March. I mean, recently, as of when it launched in March. So that number comes from February 1st, 2021. The system launched in March of 2017. Very successful. I mean, you got 79.87 million consoles sold as of February of this year. Animal Crossing does 30 something million copies sold of a $60 game or a $50 game. That's a lot of money. Like PlayStation gamers, bro. Like Nintendo fans are making us look bad. Like they be getting some crazy ass games and they support that shit. There's no excuse like you up here. Oh well, I don't know if Returnal's our cup of tea. You better buy these fucking games. Send a message to PlayStation and we want different games. Because we don't know what different games might come out of this. We might support this game, and there's another game made by another studio underneath the PlayStation Studio umbrella. And they're like, well, you know what? Look at how they supported this different game. You know, maybe we can find some success. Guess what? We're going to greenlit you. We're going to give you a chance to see if we can replicate the success that House Marquee did. Go put out that game. Let's see if it'll fucking hit. That's crazy, bro. That's some crazy shit. And as without even knowing some of these numbers, I still have the utmost respect for Nintendo. Before today. Like I'm not even changed by the respect that I have for Nintendo and how they operate. They don't fuck around. They don't fuck around. And their fans don't fuck around. When a new game comes out that's exclusive, they will support it. They will support that fucking game. They fucking won. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Them supporting Animal Crossing will not make Nintendo go and do a real good Kirby game. Like, they don't have that type of mentality, right? It's like, hey, we made that money off of Animal Crossing. We're going to put it somewhere, but we don't know where we're going to put it yet. But, you know, PlayStation's a little different. You know, if a new IP over at a different studio is successful, they'll say, well, you know, they want something different. Let's give them this. You know, like they'll take chances like that. They'll put out something completely different to Returnal, you know, because we support the game. They believe that anything they put out can sell. And doesn't mean that's a bad thing. It means they can put out something diverse and unique, and they know we will eat it. They know we will support that shit. We will take a chance on those games, and they take a chance on creating them. And that right there is amazing. That is fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro. Nintendo fans are out there supporting their games, man. I'm going to be very depressed. I'm going to be very disappointed. And a lot of people in the PlayStation community, if Returnal does not sell well. Now, let me talk to you about the problem. The problem is, the game is coming out in 17 days. And I don't think that PlayStation 5 can sell 2 or 3 million more PS5 units in 17 days. It's not that there's not 3 million other people in the world that don't have a PS5 that really want one. It's just they can't produce it. I need them to ramp up that fucking shit, bro. Like, I find it irritating that you can't make sure that you were ready for this. People love the PS4. That means they were going to love whatever else you put out. People love the PS5. It's just they can't find one. They have to deal with that shit. They really have to deal with that shit. If Returnal does 1 million, I want to let y'all know something. That's big for Returnal. They made a lot of smaller games that I don't think ever hit 1 million. So selling 1 million copies for Returnal is a big deal. Returnal doesn't have to do 31 million copies like Animal Crossing, which is an established IP. This is a new IP. 1 million is really, really good for it. And it's smaller. Yeah, the quality is up there. But we already know House Marquee is smaller. Selling 1 million copies is a big deal. I'm hoping that 1 million PlayStation gamers can find interest in Returnal enough to buy it. I don't think that it can. I do want it to go past 1 million. I want this game to at least sell 2 to 3 million by the end of the year, because that sends a really strong message to PlayStation that, oh yeah, there's something here, and they like the studio and they like the games that they're putting out, or the games that they can put out. See, the games that House Marquee has put out have not always been the games that everybody's gonna play, but this is the game that I believe that they could put out, and they finally got the chance to do it. PlayStation gave them that chance. Based off of the minimal success of their other games, they were like, you know what, man? We see people over on PlayStation. They might not be buying every game you put out, but they do like you guys. We're going to give you a fucking chance. This is the chance that I knew they were going to eventually get. It came a lot sooner than I thought. I really want everybody to support this developer. This is a smaller developer. Sony does not own them. They own the IP, but they do not own House Marquee. House Marquee is still an independent developer. Things could change if we support this game. 17 days. 17 fucking days. I gotta see if I can get hyped up on this Scarlet Nexus. I think True Woody told me there was like 5 minutes of gameplay or something like that. By the way, Kenna selling 1 million copies on the first game that we know of from Ember Labs. That's a success too. I'm not telling you not to buy the game, but smaller studios might not need to sell 5 million for them to look like they're valuable to PlayStation. They could sell 1 million, which is more than their previous game has sold. It already looks like this is a day one. Yeah, this shit looks like it's a day one. This is Scarlet Nexus. Sadly, it has a marketing deal with Xbox. I don't think they're going to like this game at all. I don't think they're going to understand it at all. But it looks like it's a game I can't wait to play. I'm trying to see 22 minutes of new gameplay. Let me see if this is true. Looks really good. Yeah, that was the gameplay we were watching. Let me see. Oh, man. The environment's looking really good. The streaming quality sucks right now, but it looks like the environments are really good. Again, it seems like they might be building off of the Blood. What up? I forgot the fucking name. God damn, I forgot the name. There was another project they did. It was like Blood, not Blood Rain, like Blood something. Can anybody fill me in on that game? The game that came before Scarlet Nexus. It was like something related to blood. It looked kind of like an anime game, just like this. I like that they got vehicles and shit. They got cars and shit running around. So it's gonna be one of those type of games I'm really gonna really like. I want to call it Blood Rain, but I know it's not Blood Rain. That's a different game. Cold Vein, there it is. Thank you, Gogo L Poe. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's Cold Vein. So Cold Vein came before this game, and sadly, they had the marketing rights for Cold Vein as well. And I'm not saying the marketing rights went to Xbox, so the game didn't do well. The game had English voice acting. It had a Dark Souls type of vibe to it, but it was kind of like this, like an anime, a little bit brighter. And I thought it was awesome. it just wasn't awesome enough for me to buy. And I was put off by that marketing because I was like, that game's not selling, so why you keep fucking marketing over there? Yeah, you're making easy money, but they're not buying your game, so it's a fucking slap in the face. You're trying to market your game to people that's gonna buy it. Why would you market your game to somebody that does not like you? So I was like, nah, fuck that shit. I think I see Cold Vein on sale for like $20 one of these times, and then I get that shit. But other than that, it's like, nah, I'm cool. I'm not supporting what they're doing. You know where your fans are. You market to your fans. You don't market to your fans, they might be like, I don't want to support you. So I don't know how much money they made on Cold Vein. I don't know how well it sold. We will search that. Blood Rain. That's an older video game. Vampire chick with red hair, black and red, tight leather outfit, two blades. Really cool character. I wonder if they bring that shit back.
Here's a
Okay,
summary from
so
PC Games
so
Insider.
this is what's going on. Cold Vein last year, as of February 2020, sold 1 million copies. That's the last update we got for Cold Vein. So it's good, but this game is a much, coming from Namco Bandai, Cold Vein was a much bigger game than Returnal because of the games that Namco Bandai normally puts out. The fact that Cold Vein was released on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, 1 million copies is not good for Cold Vein. Again, I'm not going to say marketing that game to Xbox made the game not sell good. Putting the game on Xbox meant that it's not going to sell on Xbox, so you wasted your resources. You could have made it a PlayStation, PC day and date type of game like Nier Automata when it first came out, but you didn't. And again, these type of games are not going to sell on Xbox. So I'm just letting you know, like, you can look at this game right here. I want you to look at this. Look at this game and tell me, is this going to sell on Xbox? And then give me a good answer on why Namco Bandai would try to market their game to an audience that do not want to buy their games. The only benefit this game will get from Namco Bandai is an upfront contract for Game Pass by Microsoft to put it on that service for a couple months. What I'm really liking about this game more than other games is you have a city for the first time in these type of games. They're going to have AI. It's a lively city. It seems like it's going to have a very high quality storyline, and the animations are great. It just looks like it's going to be a great game. Like, if this was an anime, I would watch it every fucking week. It's a game, and I would play it a lot, but I am hearing from True Witty as of yesterday, it does not have a character customization, which their games normally do. So this might be their first high-profile, story-driven game without that, which kind of sucks. I don't know why they took it out. Maybe I can find out later, but I think that, they're marketing this as the type of game I just said. It's like an anime-style action RPG. They're going to eat it up in Japan. And we're probably going to eat it up around the world too, because it has English voice acting. I just don't know if it's smart to market this game for Xbox. And when you market it for Xbox, you might be leaving out other people to know about this game. Just market the game normally. Market the game as a multi-platform title. This game is available on 3 platforms. Here are the 3 platforms. You only get marketing rights only works when you're targeting the consumers that normally go out and buy your game. So let's just say Metal Gear Solid 5 should have had marketing rights for PlayStation. If I'm not mistaken, I think it did. It had like a PS4 limited edition. It had the ARM bundle and shit like that, right? Let's say if it was marketed for Xbox, what would change? Nothing. The PS4 version of Metal Gear Solid 5 sold better than the PC and the Xbox version combined. So, yeah, that's just how it is. So yeah, Cold Vein sold over 1 million copies on 3 platforms. That's not good. If Returnal sells 1 million copies on a console that hasn't hit 1 million sold yet, that's pretty damn good. You know, all things considered, a smaller studio that has never hit that million mark, that's pretty good. Now, if Returnal sells lower than their previous project, that's gonna be pretty fucking bad. And I'm talking a million, a million in a month. So Returnal selling 1 million copies within a month, that's really good for them. They will announce that, you know. Or obviously, if Returnal ends up selling like a million in a first week or the first 2 weeks, that's something they're going to definitely let us know. I don't know what the sales breakdown for Cold Vein is. Obviously, they don't like to let us know that because they don't want to admit that they were wrong about something we know they're wrong about. So we know that Cold Vein probably sold better on PlayStation than other platforms. But a million sold on 3 platforms is embarrassing. Yeah. If the majority of those sales came from PlayStation, what you want as a developer is to replicate that success across all 3 platforms, which means you would boost it to probably like 2 or 2.4 million copies, right? Like every platform carries their weight and you boost that sales. But if you get 1 million and you get 1 million because one platform supported it way more than the other 2, that's not successful. At that point, if you were already going to get a million based off of only one platform carrying the weight, you should have probably made that game exclusive. But you want to seem like you're pro-consumer, so you're making sure all your games are multi-plat. It didn't really have an impact on the development. I didn't hear any problems with glitches or bugs, but it's really smart to advertise your game for an install base that likes what you put out and will buy what you put out. When you start to market your games to purposely, repeatedly, to the Xbox community that has told you they don't like Japanese style games, I'm starting to wonder if you have brain damage. You know? Raph Adler. You got a red alert. What's going on? What's going on, Verge Brizzle? What's going on, bro? Gregory, it might, but I am thinking 6 months later, like all EA games. Battlefield 6 going to Game Pass day one? Um, the rumors are pointing to yes. The Xbox hardcore fanboys really want that, not because they're going to play it more than Call of Duty, but it is a bragging point. So it is good news. So they want that to happen, but I'm not sure if EA has announced it or talked about it behind the scenes yet. What's going on, Rack? Um, I'm sorry, man. I wasn't actually in the Discord chat, but if anybody wants to jump in here, I forgot to actually log into the Discord chat. My boy DJ, what's going on, bro? I see you posted your picture of your PS5 setup. That's a nice little setup right there. Nice TV. Got the camera, got the headset, got the controller chargers. I'm gonna post some pictures on the Discord after the live stream, but I can confirm that the first advertisement I saw for today's live stream was a battery charging pack combo advertised for Xbox. I took multiple screenshots of the advertisement because I thought it was really funny. that they were advertising the Xbox controllers and battery packs for Xbox controllers on my live stream. So that shit was funny. I'm gonna call you Go-Go. Japanese RPGs have made a successful comeback in the United States. But that's not thanks to the Xbox community. That's thanks to the PlayStation community. Verge Brizzle with the super chat. You say, what's up, Jay? Hit the like button, everybody. Yeah, definitely. Hit that like button, man. We got a lot of people in here today. Back for Blood on Game Pass will be ridiculous, so I don't believe it. Yeah, I think they want to make money. That's a new project for that studio, and I think they want to make money. Again, it all depends on how you care about your project. Do you think it's worth people buying? Or do you think people are not going to buy it, so you take the easy road out and just allow Microsoft to give you a payout to put it on Game Pass for a couple months? When you put that game on Game Pass, I'm telling you, after it leaves Game Pass, no one will touch it. Not on Xbox. Now, we don't have a Game Pass on PlayStation, and PlayStation not going to spend that much money to put a third-party game on their subscription service day one, because it's a lot of money. It's money that you can invest into your own projects. And we know PlayStation not about doing that shit. Smaller games, yes. Destruction All-Stars went to PlayStation Plus. Day and Date. Oddworld, PlayStation Plus, Day and Date. Final Fantasy VII Remake. That shit went after a year. You know? Same thing with Days Gone. Almost 2 years and went on a PlayStation Plus. So, it's cheaper that way compared to Day and Date. Day and Date is very expensive. Whether the subscription service is streaming or the subscription service is like PlayStation Plus. It's really, really expensive. Microsoft is wasting. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say wasting. Maybe I think it's an investment. Some people say, hey, it's a long-term investment. The question I have for those people is, how long-term of the investment is it? Like, you keep doing this shit for the rest of this generation, you're not making money off of spending a lot of money to put games on Game Pass just so your fanboys can go on the internet and brag. That's not really making you money, you know? And it doesn't seem to be bringing a lot more people into the ecosystem that is Game Pass. Meaning people are not going to Game Pass to subscribe because an Xbox fanboy was running around on Twitter or YouTube bragging about how good of a value it is. It is the games at the end of the day. And the better the games, the more money they have to spend to secure and lock down on that service. And the less money they have to do with other stuff. Adam made a great point. All of those studios Microsoft purchased or acquired, they did that for show. They wanted to be the talk of the town. They wanted to be the person with all the eyes in the room on them. And eventually, they forget about that narrative. And when they forget about that narrative, some of those smaller studios might get cut off. I will buy it where my friends do. Some got Xbox, some got PlayStation 5. Yeah, I didn't hear about that, but that's good if they did that. Gregory is saying that Outriders has crossplay with all systems. If that's true, I have not experienced it because I don't own the game. But if that's true, I can understand why people like it. But it still is a games as a service, and I don't like those model style games. Especially, again, you're charging $60 day one for that shit. Nah, it's not happening. Exactly, Mike. Mike Johnson, Gannon. It degrades the quality of your game, bro, and it makes people think that you don't think highly of your game when you take that easy way out and put it on that service. I don't think any self-respecting Japanese game developers, studios will say, hey, let me put this on there because I know it's good. I know it's awesome, but you know, I don't think they gonna buy it. No, if they not gonna buy it, they not gonna buy it. Maybe you just stop putting your game on that service. There was a time, actually, last generation. Yeah, there's a lot of fun. Fuck it. A lot of times, right? Games go to PC and PlayStation, and they don't go to Xbox. Let me give you an example. So, I don't know if I could search it. I'll try. Nope, that doesn't work. Oh, it is? Does it work? Oh, okay. It works. Okay, so I put JRPG, right? And there's some games that popped up. So let me just show you um, Genshin, right? So Genshin popped up. Let me view product. So Genshin popped up. Genshin is on PC, cell phones. I think plans to go to Nintendo Switch, which will be a very, very successful deal for Nintendo because you know Nintendo fans love games like this. But for some weird reason, the game's not available on Xbox. There's been a lot of cases where Chinese games, Japanese games, they're not on Xbox. Frostbite with the super chat. Only 17 days until Returnal. I believe Sony will drop a dedicated state of play this week. Now, again, they do have a state of play for Returnal, but I think a lot of people missed it because it happened the day before April Fool's. But we'll go look at that one again. So yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. It's just a well known thing. Like there are some games that just will not be on Xbox. I just go over here and see if we can browse through the fucking section. Nope. Free games. Yeah, I really wish they got some work to do on this shit, bro. So if I was to search, I'm gonna just search PS4 games, right? Let me see if I. Oh, okay, I can go to genre. Let's see. We good over here? Okay, cool. So here we go. These are like RPGs, right? So all of these games are considered RPGs. That's why I hope people think before they say, hey, this is not an RPG. If the game has RPG elements, it's an RPG. Bloodborne RPG, Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon Zero Dawn, Monster Hunter, Ark Survival, obviously Persona, Fallout 4. But some games are RPG, some games are action RPG, and some games are Japanese RPG. There's some other sub RPGs up there. So you see Genshin, top of the list, not on Xbox. If we were to go here to Caravan Stories is not on Xbox. And it has a crossover with Shield Hero, which is really interesting. Um, that's awesome. I love that anime. That was a dope ass anime. Let's see. Sword Art Online has recently ended up going multiplat. When Sword Art Online video games came out, they were only on PlayStation. Nino Kuni 2, if I'm not mistaken, Nino Kuni 2, Xbox. Okay, yeah. So Nino Kuni is not available on Xbox, and Nino Kuni 2 is not available on Xbox. And Namco Bandai is the same motherfuckers that put out Dark Souls which eventually, no, Dark Souls went on Xbox because Demon Souls wasn't on Xbox. That's why they created Dark Souls so Xbox could get a taste of the Souls series. Um, Scarlet Nexus, Cold Vein, those are also by Bandai Namco. So there are some games that Bandai Namco will put on Xbox, then there's others that won't, that are Japanese RPGs. So Ni no Kuni 1 and 2 are not on Xbox. This was a time where Namco Bandai saw a lot of people on Xbox, and Xbox had a lead. And I'm talking about Xbox 360 versus PS3. So they did put Tales of Vesperia on Xbox 360. It did not sell well. They ended up being able to put the game on PS3 in Japan only, but not being allowed to put the game on PS3 in the United States. So when they remastered the game, this was a way to put it on PlayStation, and I think they also put it on Switch, Switch and PC as well. Again, like a lot of the other Tales games ended up going multi-plat after Tales of Vesperia. But before Tales of Vesperia went to Xbox 360, a lot of the Tales games were just not on Xbox. So it's like that sometimes. It's like you will find a lot of RPGs that just are not going to Xbox. Here's another one, Tales of the Cold Steel, which is a game that was started called Legend of Heroes, right? I played Legend of Heroes for the first time on a PSP. It has grown since then. It looks completely different. And it's a great game. You're not gonna find it on Xbox. You know. So you're not finding it on Xbox because they know they don't buy games like this. And if you're not buying games like this, if let's say if they was to put the game on Xbox, I don't think they want to say to everybody, we know y'all motherfuckers don't buy games. Microsoft's gonna pay us out. No, it devalues your project. It makes you feel that it's not worthy of their fucking individual dollars. And I don't think any developer should say that about their product. Because when you say that and when you feel that way about your product, other people will feel that way about your product. That, hey, your game isn't good enough for a $60 the $60 asking price. This is garbage. This is Game Pass fodder. You don't want somebody to tell you that your game is a Game Pass game in a disrespectful way, you know? Same shit happened with Dragon Quest 11. I think Dragon Quest 11, when it first came out, it was only on PS4. They remastered it, and I think what they did was they put it on Xbox and they put it on Switch. But when it first came out, the Dragon Quest people had never put a Dragon Quest game on any Xbox system, and they were like, "Fuck that, we're not doing it." Again, I can name a ton of fucking games. Final Fantasy, up until the year before last, just never was on there. Here's another game that they were able to lock down on Xbox 360. They were able to lock down Last Remnant. Game got remastered and finally came to PlayStation. I think the only other games that are still locked on Xbox are probably the two Naruto games that are probably some of the best Naruto games ever. They never remastered those games. I don't think Secret of Mana is on Xbox, and I know Trails of Mana isn't on Xbox either. So again, it's a lot of Japanese RPGs not on Xbox because Japan knows that, you know, they know that it's gonna be like that. They know that they're not buying everything. Okay, what did I miss? Somebody got blocked. What happened? Somebody got timed out. Gregory timed out Aziz. What did Aziz do? Let me go read. Okay, Gregory, you have to tell me what he did because I don't see that he did anything to be timed out for. Did you time out the wrong person by mistake? Because Aziz is a good guy. Like, he doesn't say anything fucked up. Yeah. Um, we're not going to have that anymore. So, Aziz, you're getting moderator status. I don't want anybody timing you out. Don't worry. He got moderator status, so that won't happen again, even by mistake. But yeah, I'm hoping that more Japanese developers that are trying to be more Americanized. Um, I hope that they are able to do what they want to do with this. Like, go out and put out these games on Xbox, but know that it's worthy enough for these guys to buy. If you don't think that they're gonna buy your game, don't put it over there. There are tons of Japanese RPGs that just don't go to Xbox because Japanese developers know they don't want their games. This is the most popular Japanese style game, but it was made in China that has ever came out. It's a free to play title, and people can't stop talking about it. It's on its way to Switch, so it's gonna get a big boom there. It's already on cell phones, PC, and PlayStation with a PS5 patch in the works. Same shit happened with Final Fantasy 14, which is getting the open beta, I believe, Wednesday. So with all that, why don't they put the game on Xbox? Right? If Xbox is so awesome, why don't they put the game on Xbox? They want to actually make money. They don't want to put all of these hours into creating a game that no one will buy or no one will support. So they just don't put them over there. True Woody with the $2 super chat. You said Xbox don't buy games no more. It's taboo. Sad. True, man. True. They don't. They don't. Silicon NPC. Being honest, it's good Japanese studios put games on Game Pass for Xbox gamers to adopt to the Japanese ecosystem. That's not always promised. Sometimes people are like, hey, I'm just going to play this game for free. You bring it out over here the next time and you try to charge me money, I won't buy it. You got you got to understand that some people will just only play your game if it's free. And some people like your game enough to pay for it. Xbox people right now, maybe before they were different, but right now, if you're on Xbox, you're probably not going to want to pay for anybody's game anymore. If you know there's a heavy possibility of it being free on the Game Pass subscription. Exactly. It is a good way to introduce them into something new. It's sad that it takes that step, though. Like, think about it. The only way you can get somebody to play something is if you give it away for free. Like, that's sad. I feel that if you didn't care about it and you didn't care enough to invest in it, then you're never going to invest in it, even if they give it away for free. Oh, I forgot. This is another game that's 60 frames, too. Let me see who I got. I think I'm going to keep the dude with the sword. Let me see. Haven't been on this game in a while. I forgot they had a photo mode on here. Great. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of fucking shit on here now. No clue what any of this shit is. Oh, okay. These are some trials. I want to get this dude. I don't know if I can though. What's going on, Cedric? A Gamer Goon said Game Pass is the best pass. Oh, I don't like this dude. Yeah, we're gonna leave up out of this shit. Nah. I don't like that guy. I don't like him. I don't fuck with archers. I want a sword. Fuck that shit. Give me a sword. I mean, I think that the Xbox fans are definitely getting spoiled. Um, they're getting spoiled because oh shit, you're getting all these fucking games, and you're getting a collection of them too. By the way, and you're not like it's nothing that's really gonna make you actually wanna buy the game. You're getting a collection of Yakuza games. You're getting a collection of Final Fantasy games. You're getting a collection of Kingdom Hearts games on Game Pass. There's really nothing that's gonna be like, hey, I need to buy it. They already gave me a shitload of games for free. I really wish I knew where the fuck I was going. I don't though. Make this ledge right here. It's such a beautiful game though. I want to know how awesome this can be. It is a 60 frames per second game, so how far do they go? I don't know. I don't have any microtransactions, so they can't really get me with this shit because I don't have any. I got some of that purple shit. What's that all about? Hmm. Oh, I don't got any of those. I got that. I don't got those. Okay. That's a completely different type of currency. The fuck? I don't even have, you know what? The fuck is that? I don't even have that type of currency. They're trying to market that shit to me. What the fuck? They try to market shit to me that I don't fucking have, and I don't even know what this is. Great.
Jade,
What's up?
is there gonna be a PS5 upgrade for this game?
Yes, they already announced it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a PS5 update in the works. I think they announced it for spring, so sometime between now and June, I guess. But it's already 60 frames per second. before any patches or anything. It was 60 on the PS4 Pro.
So I guess more likely then it's gonna be 4K 60 or probably 120 with DualSense support.
Yeah, yeah, they're adding a lot of support for this. It's gonna turn into a PS5 game, not a PS5 patch. So yeah, it's probably gonna get all of
Okay.
that. I don't know. Don't hold me to it. I don't know about the 120 thing because I know a lot of
No,
developers don't do that.
I'm
But
just saying where else
um,
where else can he go? Where else can he go from 60
they
if it's
they
already
might
60?
they might just keep it at 60. Hold on. Cause I don't
Maybe.
like to talk. I don't like. I don't like to talk about the 120 because then I get in a lot of trouble if I say, "Hey, this game gonna be 120. This
Oh,
120. This 120," and then
yeah,
and
yeah.
the
And
developers like,
PC got
"Hey,
some
well, I
issues.
have this excuse and we can't do 120." I don't want to fucking get in. Let me see PS5. Let me go read the quote so everybody can be caught up. Let's see. Here we go. Yep, it is confirmed. Genshin Impact coming to PlayStation 5 this spring with enhanced visuals. So they're not talking about they're not talking about frame rates. Let me see what they're talking about. Blah blah. Enhanced visuals. Just optimized for the most powerful console. A release date for the PlayStation 5 version has not been announced. Sony said it's coming soon in the spring. Again, spring is anytime between now and June. Uh, they said it's expected to come to the Nintendo Switch 2. The game is originally shown off at E3 2019. So they're just talking about visuals. I think they're going to keep the frame rate where it's at. Yep.
Oh,
So,
60 is actually good, so I can't
yeah,
complain about
60 is good. I mean, it all depends on the type of game. 120 is probably better for competitive play, but this game, the most you
it.
can
This
do on
game
here is
is not
co-op.
competitive.
Yeah,
This game is not competitive.
yeah. It's the most you
Did you
can do
did
is
you see
online co-op.
did you see the did you see the Kojima blah, blah,
The
blah, blah.
Kojima
You
article about him not being
yeah,
greenlit because what Sony
yeah.
said. Sony said no because of what? Did Death Stranding not sell as much as
It
they
no
wanted?
it didn't no, it didn't sell as much as Sony wanted, no.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm letting people know, right? If you had the budget Kojima had for Death Stranding, which we still don't know the exact number how much it costs to create that game and the
No.
marketing and shit, but it's well over 100 million, and you only sell like 1 million or something to PlayStation community that was sitting at 90 or so million consoles out there. That's bad. That's
Yeah,
really bad. You
it
know.
is. Because people are everyone is telling PlayStation gamers that oh it's just a walking simulator and it was mean to death and then people I guess PlayStation gamers decide oh shoot I don't want to play no walking simulator like hey man you
Yeah,
support what you support and then you get what you get.
yeah,
I
you
can't
do.
blame
I'm
Sony at
liking
the end
this
of the
game
day.
has weather effects. I always told
Wait,
people this was
has
better
weather?
than Breath of the Wild, and it really is. If they increase the visuals, like the game already is better than Breath of the Wild. Like, what is it gonna look like with increased visuals? I think it looks beautiful as is. I think it's a
See,
beautiful game.
I have it downloaded, but I haven't even started it yet.
I mean, I heard it was co-op, but then it's like they have a way that you do co-op. So most of the time it's like single player or something like that, unless you get far enough to unlock the co-op portion. It's like they got some I got your shit on here.
Well, yeah, I've no, I've heard about it. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
In content in the.
Oh shit. I got some enemies here.
I take it a platinum's hard to get.
Um I don't know.
Never looked at it, have you?
Nope. They have trophies here.
I know they have trophies.
Let me see. I got one of the trophies. Let me see. Do they have a platinum?
Um,
No. No, they
But
have
they
no
have no
platinums.
platinum.
Nope. They got trophies, but they don't
Ooh,
got no platinum. Yeah.
You see, I don't like those. I don't like those games because there's a lot of games I've actually 100% it in the past, and they
Hmm.
don't have a platinum. So I'm like, oh, I
Yeah, that kind of sucks, bro. But
mm,
I expect that from, like, it's supposed to be an MMO style free to play game,
yeah,
so I expect that.
yeah, it is an MMO. But there's a lot of MMOs I know that actually I do have.
Well, I mean, I
Uh,
want to say it's an MMO, but I never see anybody else. It's like it's one of these. It wants to be
it's a,
single player, but it
it's
wants
a
to be
single player
multiplayer.
co-op. It's
Yeah,
a single player co-op MMO. Like I guess that's what you would. Yeah, that's how you can put it. It probably would have done better if they just sold it just sold it as a single player game. I
yeah.
don't know
They
why they did
also
that.
kind of prevent you from, like, um getting too high of a level. Like, in order to level up past a certain level, you have to do this. Like, it's like I can't play it as if I'm a traditional um
RPG.
RPG gamer like I am. Like, I just be in the forest leveling up for hours. Yeah, I try to do that, but then there's like a stopping point. Yeah.
That's not very good.
Yeah, it's like I
That's an
said,
anti. It's an
everything
anti
they got on
RPG.
here is a I got you, bro. It's like, hey, there's some cool characters. Well, you gotta, spin the fucking wheel to maybe it lands on the character you want, maybe it doesn't. Again, the
Doesn't mean to
game is
pay for it.
gorgeous though. Like, the game is
Yeah, it is.
gorgeous. But
It
this,
is. I see it.
you see this shit. Let's say this wasn't a. They didn't try to make it a games as a service, right? I was always hoping
Hmm.
it was a single player game. Ever since I saw Genshin, I was like, oh man, I can't wait to buy this shit day one. Then they ended
Yeah,
up
I,
like,
know,
oh,
I
it's
remember.
a
I
game as a
remember you
service.
saying that.
Yep.
I remember you saying that, but I already knew it was gonna be like this
I
because
was like,
I saw the
nah,
game
bro.
on.
I was so fucking pissed off too, man. Cause I would
I
be
saw the.
playing this day and night if it was just a traditional game. Like,
Yeah.
damn.
But I saw it on Google Store and it was free. I'm like, oh no,
Oh
no,
yeah.
no,
See,
no.
I had found out it was on like cell phones much later, but I knew it was on cell phones much earlier. But I didn't know. I had never heard of the
Oh, okay.
game. Yeah, I hear of the game. It's a big game though. It's like lots of
Yeah,
towns, lots of shit to do. You know.
that's the thing. No, I don't see how they imagine. So I'll be laggy on the phone. Though. I ain't gonna even lie, bro. Yeah.
Mm. Fucking crazy ass shit. What if Zelda actually started looking like this? That would be
Then
crazy.
Nintendo would have then Nintendo would have to step up their hardware. Let's
I'm gonna
be
kill
real.
that
Nintendo
fucking
ain't gonna
dog.
do that.
I'm gonna kill that dog.
Nintendo ain't gonna step up their hardware.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught me in the beginning of the live stream where I
No,
kind of freaked out when Nintendo had sold like 31.9 million copies of Animal Crossing in a year.
Jesus.
I know, right? That was my fucking reaction. So, oh, they got money. They made so much money from the Switch. It's not even fucking funny. Like, they made a ton of money from the Switch. So, with that being said, I think it's important to know that Nintendo can make a traditional 4K machine that will rival PlayStation and Xbox, but they don't want to.
Hey,
Nintendo loves their
they
gimmicks,
don't
and
they,
it's
they don't want to get into that space because then they'll have to upgrade their graphics and they would have to start doing a lot better.
yeah.
That's
But
why.
this what I'm saying. You already gotta make your from what the reports are telling us. The next Nintendo system is gonna have the ability of 4K visuals when it's in dock
Yeah,
mode.
yeah,
So
but
you're fucking
that
around with that because you have to. Because if you don't, you're not gonna get the latest and greatest games.
yeah, you're not gonna
So they don't want to
go
go
forward.
that route, but they have to.
It's been forced upon them. Yeah,
Because if not, if you don't go
but
that route, if you don't do 4K something, or you don't increase the power of your console, you're just gonna miss out on a lot of fucking games. A lot of developers are not gonna go that far back just to make sure that you're a part of the fucking conversation.
What's up, you
Who,
two?
what's going on, bro?
what's up, man?
I just want everybody
No,
to know that Nintendo made a lot of money, and if you made a lot of money, the system you put out should be a concrete
yeah, but
system.
Nintendo don't want to be in competition with Sony or Xbox,
Well,
and I understand I understand that part. That's
it's
why
so fucked up,
they don't
right?
want to.
Because you don't want to be in competition, and people keep claiming, "Oh, Nintendo's different. They're different. That's why they're winning." Possibly they're selling a lot of fucking games at 30 million copies because they're not the same, but they are. They're in the gaming fucking industry. They sell hardware. They sell games. They make
Hmm.
exclusives. They make deals. Like, you don't want to be competitive, but you're winning.
No, it's not. It's not that they're not winning. We know that they want to sell hardware. We know all of that. It's just that they don't want to be in competition with Sony and Nintendo and Xbox. Here's the thing. If they are in competition with Sony and Xbox, they have to come out with a box that is capable of traditional console with no gimmicks, and they have to start competing head to head with Xbox and Sony.
Yeah, that's a
Quite
fact.
frankly, they can be Xbox all day, but they're a fight with Sony is gonna be a hard uphill. It's not gonna be hard, but they got IPs that are freaking amazing. So it's not gonna be hard. It's just that their fan base is more on the children's side. So for them to try and compete with Sony, they're gonna have to step out of that comfort zone, and I don't think they want to do that.
Right. I think in about 10 years, games, the Zelda games might look like Genshin Impact in about 10 years.
What? You said 10.
In 10 years.
You know what's
Yeah.
sad, though? You don't have to
That's true
make
though.
a game look ultra realistic for it to look good.
No, you
And
don't.
when you can't have your game look like this, that's just because either you're lazy
You're lazy.
or I don't know.
No, no. You also gotta blame you also gotta blame Nintendo fans also because
They don't
regardless of
want
what
better.
Nintendo brings out, no, they no, I no, I guarantee they don't. But what I'm saying is that you also gotta blame them because whatever Nintendo comes out with, they just run and give them whatever money they do. Nintendo will, yo, someone did a like a comedic video, um,
Mm.
and he says, "How the hell can we be more like scumbaggish? Release, 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 release a game, but don't upgrade it and and charge them $60." I'm like, yes, but how can we be even more scumbaggish? I'm like, hmm, release the game broken and still charge them $60. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro, but Nintendo's got that stigma though. Nintendo's got that stigma of being a scumbag company, and the fact of the
But
matter is,
but
their
they're the
fan
only people
base.
that can be a scumbag and be successful and loved for being a scumbag.
There it is right there. That's the
Exactly.
crazy world we live in. Like,
Yeah, and Sony will be real if they don't ask for freaking if crossplay. They don't want to do crossplay, but yeah, they do it because if they don't do it, they'll get hated for it. And then and then fans will then complaining like, "Oh, we don't want crossplay. How do we turn this off?" Yo, I remember that whole entire segment, bro. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas funny, bro.
no matter what happens to PlayStation or whatever other console, Nintendo will always be there.
No, no, they will.
Oh,
their, fan,
definitely.
their fans would never,
Yep.
their fans
Their
would never
fans won't
abandon.
fucking leave. And I'm a fan, and I haven't like returned back to Nintendo in fucking over 15
Yeah,
years. But
but Jay, the thing is though, you have grown up. A lot of these other fans haven't grown up.
how? That's the thing. Like Nintendo's been around for 30 years, right? So if you're a fan of Nintendo, not it doesn't always mean you're fucking young. I don't know
No,
what
I know.
those people are still there for.
As I said, they just haven't grown up. I'm talking mentally, not physically.
I like to say more so they haven't given other games a chance to really increase their gaming palette. Like for instance me, all I used to play was JRPGs, and then I actually gradually
Bro,
increased my
bro,
palette.
me ask you something. I want to ask you something. I want to ask you something. A legitimate question. What has changed between every single Mario game?
Hello?
His hat,
Hmm.
his powers, like his powers, his hat, um,
What y'all
more
talking about?
more detail in his overalls, mustache, eyes. Maybe a level. I mean, now he has a cat suit that he dresses up. Like they've changed
In here
enough
talking
to.
about Nintendo while I'm at work.
Oh, yeah. I don't give. I don't give a fuck. I talk
I
how I want.
know he ain't.
I
I
paid.
know
I paid.
Truity ain't
I
say that
I paid
Nintendo
my
don't want to
fucking dues.
compete.
I can shit on Nintendo all I want.
I know y'all ain't say
I
Nintendo don't
paid
want to
my
compete.
fucking dues. Um, you know, yeah, Nintendo will always be successful no matter what they do. They are the Disney of gaming at this point. Like I don't want like no disrespect to PlayStation. Like
Trust me.
it's just Nintendo
Trust
is,
me. I
is
know
the
they.
Disney of gaming. Nobody's gonna stop loving Disney overnight. Like that's not gonna happen. They can do whatever the fuck they want, bro. Doesn't
No,
really
that is
matter. They
true.
gonna always be loved.
That is true.
I just want them to put this money to good to use. Like I think they can be competitive again. Look how much money
No,
they
they,
made on the Switch, right?
bro,
They can
bro, they
make a
can
powerful system with
more or less,
all this money they
bro.
made.
Nintendo's not about that no
You
more.
know what's funny? You know what's funny? You know what's very funny? That Nintendo, the Wii U, all those games are on the Switch, and they love the Switch, but they hated the Nintendo Wii U.
The Wii U was a marketing nightmare, though. Nobody knew what it was.
Yeah,
None of the
it
casuals
was
knew
a,
what that was. That was a great console, though. Great games on it.
no, it was a great console. But the funny thing is, all of those games on that console is on the Switch, and no one even notices.
Yeah, because games. What do you want people to say?
The thing is, Nintendo can find a way to sell you the same game 3, 4 times in a row if they want, and you will
Yeah,
buy it.
Nintendo has a
It's like
hold on
Bethesda.
nostalgia.
They're like Bethesda. They're like Bethesda, bro. They
Not
just
really.
sell
I mean,
food
yeah, in a way Bethesda did that with Skyrim, but
with
Nintendo
Elder
does it
Scrolls,
more than
Skyrim. Yeah,
Bethesda.
I would say Rockstar is the
it's
closest thing
true.
to that.
No, I
With
wouldn't say
Grand Theft
Rockstar because
Auto
Rockstar has
yeah, with
different
Grand
games.
Theft Auto, yeah, because they have re-released
Oh,
Grand Theft Auto a couple
yeah,
times.
yeah, but the difference with Rockstar is they released probably GTA 3 on multiple different consoles, on phones and all that crap in the past. But like
Y'all, I got to get back to being a
other
slave. I'll see y'all later. Have a good podcast.
Okay, man.
get back to being a slave. All right, cool.
A lot of motherfucking water out this bitch. That water looks great in 60, man. I can't look. This game, I know everybody loves
Hey,
it, but I cannot get over how great it looks. Like the
oh,
hair
I
is
swear,
moving, the armor is moving, everything is moving, and it looks great.
Yeah, man. People,
as I
these
said,
Asian
Jay,
developers, man, nowadays is getting insane, dude. I don't know
I know.
what they feeding these folks over there,
Yo,
bro.
yo, them Chinese developers are starting to jump off on the map, bro. I'm like,
And
yo,
this
you
is
see,
why I can't wait. We're gonna end the show with one of my favorite fucking games that they told
oh,
us in the
geez.
beginning of this year we have to wait a whole nother year for Grand Blue Fantasy.
No. Oh yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That's by Psy Games,
I,
and
th-
Psy Games is a
I,
Chinese game developer.
It sure is.
I thought you were talking about another game.
What game? Dreams?
Um, no, no. That what what can the Dragon Ball Z freaking game? Damn it! Fuck.
Dragon Ball Z game.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Not Dragon Ball Z, but like
Project
the
Awakening?
game based on no, the game based on
Oh, the
the Monkey
Wuhan.
King.
The Wuhan with
Yeah,
the Monkey Warrior.
yeah.
Oh,
The Monkey
well,
Warrior.
yeah, I can't think about that game right now specifically
Yeah.
because um the reason why I can't think of that game is because it is so far away. I don't even think it has a release year window yet.
Yeah, and what if that game is like a PC time exclusive or something?
Yeah, I
Do we
mean,
even know?
Oh,
yeah, I don't
that
know
would be
anything about
oh
that game, bro. But I think they're
that
gonna
would
put
be
that shit on
oh
consoles day one. They want to make that money back, and I think they can't.
Yeah,
I was
they're
talking
they're in they're in the studio, so they can't do that. No, you're right.
yeah, and I was also talking to somebody yesterday where uh I don't think that's something that they can keep doing because basically, let me see, something ain't right here. Was this out? They walked through that. They did all that.
Yo, you notice Square Enix have the tenth of April has passed. It's crazy.
Yeah, and they haven't announced it for Xbox or PC. Yeah, yeah. So Grand Blue Fantasy. This is Grand Blue Fantasy. If you guys don't know, this is a game I am still watching. I'm still falling in love with. Okay, I was still watching. I'm still falling in love with. Okay, 60 frames per second, 4-player online co-op, great team ups, all of that shit. Y'all still here?
Yep,
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
Yeah. So yeah, this game is the game that got pushed back. Again, I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that they pushed it back so they can make sure it works very well with the PS5. But if that's not the case, they might try to do what they did with Genshin and turn it into a games as a service.
Yo, there's something
And
wrong
I
with that.
don't want them to do that because it looks like it does, by all accounts, look like a traditional video game.
It does.
And
Which
I
one?
want
Grand
it
Blue?
to stay that way. Yeah, Grand Blue. I need Grand Blue to stay that
Mm.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all hear us,
Grand
right?
Blue Fantasy is the RPG of the fighting games. Yes. It has an anime that's on Funimation and Netflix. So if you want to know more about the story, you can. Um,
Yeah, Grand Blue's in
YouTube is
English
working
dub
like
too.
shit right now.
Grand Blue's in dub too, so you can watch. You can watch it if
Yeah,
you
it's
want.
gonna be in dubbed, and we'll have English voice acting. I something's going
No,
wrong
I'm
with
talking about
YouTube
the
right
anime
now.
as well.
Yeah, the anime is in dub too, but um, I'm sorry guys, something going on with YouTube. I don't got time for that shit. But long story short, Grand Blue Fantasy, we will get some gameplay up
Man, and
another
Grand Blue
day.
Oh,
Fantasy with
But
them
yeah, it got
family
pushed
you
friendly
got
back a
what?
controllers.
whole fucking year, and I was devastated.
Oh,
Yeah, me too. When I heard that, I forgot. It was pushed back. Damn.
Verge Brizzle with the super chat. Jay, any luck on the PS5 physical? No. Um, honestly, man, I'm gonna get one, but I might have to push that back to like summer. I want to push it back to summer. There's other stuff I gotta do. I got planned for this fucking New Jersey trip at the end of the month on the 23rd. So the weekend of the 23rd, again, I'll be not available. So no
yes, Grand Blue is a
podcast,
fighting game.
no Sunday show,
Um,
um, no
wait, no,
stream
sorry.
on Friday. That's April 23rd.
Okay. Hey, you noticed Square Enix has not actually mentioned anything
Yeah, Gregory,
about Final
Grand Blue is a fighting
Fantasy
game, but
VII?
they had an RPG plan before they showed off the fighting game. You said what, True Woody?
You notice that Square Enix hasn't mentioned Final Fantasy VII going anywhere else. So after the
I
tenth
think they should,
after the
since
tenth pass.
they were so willing to put that shit on all platforms, their previous games. I think they should, but they know it's not gonna make money anywhere else, so that's why. And
Final Fantasy
that's all.
VII is
That's the
not.
point I've been trying to make over the last fucking 30 minutes talking about Japanese RPGs. Those developers know where their audience is, and they don't put them on Xbox because they know that's not where their audience is. Square Enix could
Just like
not
this,
sell any of those previous Final Fantasies on Xbox because they know
they
Xbox
put them
fans
on.
wouldn't buy them.
They put a bunch of those Final Fantasy games on Xbox. The ones that weren't on PlayStation, the ones that weren't on Xbox Game Pass did not sell.
Exactly, they
In
didn't
fact,
sell.
the ones on PlayStation now, they played them. They played them. They were but not enough to even chart it.
You're right. You're right.
So like, so Square Enix knows, and they get the deal. They just, I guess Microsoft is just paying them a lot to get it on Game Pass. But Game Pass is Microsoft end game. And you know what's funny? Someone actually said something that actually made a lot of sense. If Game Pass doesn't work, Microsoft is gone because they don't care about the Xbox no more.
This is the
It's all
question I
about Game
got
Pass.
for you. When will they realize it's not working?
When they realize it, when they get to a point where all they spend this much money and they realize they're not getting any enough
But
subscribers.
Disney shitted on them already, right? Didn't Disney just
Yeah,
shit on them
Disney.
with how many subscribers they were
Yep,
able to get in a quicker amount of time? So
yep,
that's
yep.
all I'm
But here,
saying is when will they wake up and realize it's not working?
and remember, Microsoft can actually take a hit. Microsoft can actually take a hit, but
We know
how
they can
far?
take the
How
hit,
much?
but do they want to
How
continue
much?
to take the hit?
That's what I'm saying. When the real investors realize that we are not making any money, they're gonna come to Microsoft and go say, hey, what's going on? Like you're gonna have to put this on every other platform if you want to make any money. And if you can't make any money, we need this gone. Like these Xbox fans think they're doing Microsoft is doing them a favor, but they're not. Yo, it's funny how these people think, bro. That Microsoft is not it's not the best deal in gaming. It's gonna be a worst nightmare very, very soon. And I don't think these people realize it. I don't think they're even paying attention to the fact that Xbox Game Pass ain't making a dime. They're losing a lot of money, and all they're doing right now is taking a hit. But eventually, it's gonna come to a point where they realize they can't take that hit anymore. They're either gonna increase the price, or they're gonna just close down shop. Microsoft is on the edge of either closing down shop, or listen, they spent $7.5 billion and they only increased their subscriber base by one billion at least.
Yo, True
That's
Witty.
nothing. What? Yeah.
You know what I'm ready for, man? When it comes to Xbox, I'm ready for them to change the prices of Game Pass. I'm ready for them to increase them, so I can see so I can see everybody just freak out. Like,
trust me, they will because they want they're used to getting things cheap. So when that increases, they're gonna be like, oh no 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 no, we don't want this increase. And then goodbye. You don't want to increase. See you later, nigga.
I'm
Oh,
so glad I did not waste any money on an Xbox, man. When the Xbox One came out, I'm so glad I didn't get one.
bro, well, I normally try to get all the consoles, well, all the main ones anyway. But boy, I could I messed up, man. I got the Xbox One. I'm so disappointed. But they ooh,
Okay. So, hey, True, are you still there?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I had to step out real quick. But like
No,
what you're saying, I know a Microsoft, or let's call them quote unquote Big Daddy Microsoft, right? They're Big Daddy
yep.
Microsoft because they can eat the cost. That's why I'm calling them that. They the ones that's funding the Xbox division. They created the
Mm-hmm.
Xbox division, right? But they didn't create
Yep.
the Xbox division to be a black hole for money. They
Nope.
created the
They want a
Xbox
heavy.
division to be profitable. They want them to add on to what they're already creating on the other sections of Microsoft, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're
Xbox
not
wasn't created
making
to be a.
money that we created you to make, then what's the point
Then
of
you're
having
making
you
a
around
problem.
when we got to keep
If
bailing
you're
you
not
out?
if you're not making money, you're making a problem. Making a problem. You gotta go.
So, but when is enough is enough? Like when are they gonna say, "Hey, this is too much"?
Probably
You
when,
know?
as I said, probably when they spend too much money on that and realize they're not gaining a lot of subscribers. Because I think, as I said to what's them just now, they just only hit an extra 1 billion subscribers, and that's not even concurrent. So you gotta realize they spent $7.5 billion. Is that really a good investment for 1 billion 1 million? No, it's not. It's not gonna ever be profitable. Ever. It's gonna always be the money. And the fact is, it's always gonna constantly bleed the money. Then they're gonna always, and at the end of the day, they're gonna come to a point where they realize, no, it's not working. We gotta either shut up shop or we're gonna have to increase that. That's just not just plain business. That's just that's
Keep
a
talking,
simple
True Woody.
business.
I'm here. You said what?
Yeah, yeah, that's simple business. It can't last the by the model that they're using right now. It will eventually that big money that they're pouring into it, it will eventually just run out, and they're going to just say no, we can't do this.
Yeah, I mean, it's uh, it's pretty fucked up. It's pretty sad. I mean, I'm just being honest. It
But
is. It's a sad situation.
you can't blame anyone but the people that support them. Because the fact of the matter is they didn't buy what they were they didn't support them to begin with. So what can you can't I can't blame I can't blame Microsoft. They're just trying to make they're just trying to make whatever money they
Well,
can.
this the thing, bro. Like, as a gamer, as just a normal person, I'm like, hey, bro, if it's not making you money, cut it off. They
Yeah,
stopped
but you gotta
buying
realize
games, right? They stopped buying games. They stopped supporting Xbox, aka they stopped supporting Microsoft. Cut off the Xbox
hmm
brand. Put your games on all platforms. Why are you trying to tiptoe around putting your games on all platforms, right?
because they still want to sell the X. That's what it is. They still want to support this. They want to support the Xbox because that's what they were doing.
So
But the thing
I'm
is,
still confused. So you want to support a failure, a
no,
legitimate
they want to
failure?
they want to be a console. That's why they still have the console. But the fact that the matter is they realized that the fans weren't buying the game, so they had to do something different. Listen, you got to also realize Phil Spencer wanted to keep his job, so he had to make a deal with Satya. So what did he have to do? Come up with the idea of Game Pass because guess what? A subscription service is what Microsoft is good at. So what did they have to do?
I don't think they
Come up
were
with a
good at it. It's
subscription
just
service.
it was the last thing,
It's
last
the oh
resort.
it's no it's the okay it's the oh what does Microsoft make money off of? Subscription service. That's what they make money off on. Look at all their things that they have running. They have everything is a subscription service.
Yeah, you're
So
right. I
that's what
mean,
they're
you're
good
right.
at. That's what they're good at. So what do
But
you
just
need?
I mean, just because you good at it and outside of gaming doesn't mean you were gonna be good at it inside of gaming.
no
You see what I'm saying?
exactly my point. Those things are what
So
they're
the
using
whole so
to
again, I'm so confused. So they good at subscription service. They tried to say, hey, if we're good at this, let's put it on the gaming side. They're bad at it. They're losing money at it, and they're still going. Like, why are you still going? Like, you losing. Yes, people talking about you. Yes, hey, you're a good guy, Microsoft. You're giving the games away for free. Yay, we love Xbox. We love Microsoft. But I mean, after that, now what? That's what I'm
now
asking you.
they
Like,
now
they're losing money, but they regard it as a hero. They
because
don't want to lose
because of
money,
the
bro.
because of the no, they don't want to lose money, but they're regarded as a hero because of the quote pro consumer move that they make.
But
Everything that
that doesn't put
every,
money in your wallet.
no, that doesn't put money in the wallet. But you gotta also realize they're not right now. They're trying to eat as much cost as possible to try and garner as much fans as possible. That's listen. Phil Spencer is trying to keep his job. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Phil Spencer, he would have lost his job if Satya said no. We are shutting this down. So he brought up the idea. He convinced Satya that this will be successful in for the long game. He says this will be successful for the long game. You just gotta trust the process, and that's what Satya said. Okay, fine, we'll trust the
What's the
process,
time
but
limit for
it's
the
got.
long game? What's the time limit for the long game?
I feel they should let this last at least it should last at least a full proper gen. This is gonna be their full gen. And if they can't I'm not saying being profitable, but
Yeah.
they need to at least garner a lot more subscribers than they have right now. But they just, as I said, they just spent $7.5 billion on just to get 1 million subs. That's nothing. How much more money do they need to even get 2 million subs? You know what I'm? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
You see
understand what
where
you're
I'm coming
saying.
from?
Yeah. So
So
I mean, we gotta talk. I'm about to go head on out.
yeah, I know that.
But we gotta keep talking. I want you to stay in here because I got some questions about this. Because this is the talking point for Xbox fans. It's like Game Pass is good. It makes PlayStation look bad. It makes us look good. And
Yeah,
at this point in time, it's like that's not paying the bills, man. That's not
that's
paying the bills.
Microsoft doesn't need to do that. They got trillions of dollars a year. You didn't hear the rumors, Jay? They got an infinite amount
I
of
know you're
money.
being sarcastic, but
Yeah,
eventually
I
all of
mean,
this comes
Microsoft
to an end
got
with Microsoft because
uh,
they're gonna be like, "Hey, bro, we gave you a time limit. You said this is a long game, right? This is a wait. This is a waiting game. It'll turn a profit in the long run, right? But it never turns a
hmm
profit. It just ends up eating and eating and eating. You got other subscriptions, obviously not selling video games, that popped up almost overnight that have tripled your fucking subscription numbers.
yes, that's the sad part. It's because
hi
everything
HBO
else is more
Max.
popular than yeah, yeah, high
Okay, guys,
HBO
I
Max.
got to get
Yeah.
up out of here. But I'll be here tomorrow. True Witty, everybody in Discord, stay there. Y'all, I really got to go catch this train. But y'all stay in there. I gotta talk to y'all about this. Okay.